Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. This is What's in the Box kit review number 254. So we've done a few of these already. And today we're going to be having a look at the Tamiya 35384 KS600 motorcycle and sidecar, which is this one here, which is a recent new tooling from 2024. And I think is intended to fill a gap in the Tamiya range for a motorcycle and sidecar, seeing as you don't really do the BMW R75 anymore. So this is part of a You Choose My Next Build feature, and if you're not aware of what I do here, it's how I like to build kits, where I pick 4 related subject kits from my stash of 800 kits, and I open the floor up for you guys to pick which one we're going to build next. You can do this by dropping a comment in the comments bar, which is below, for any of the what's in the boxes for these motorcycles and sidecars that we're doing over the next 4 days, or the previous introductory video that was released on Monday. But otherwise it's just going to be a standard. Let's have a look at this kit. So we're going to have a look at the parts first, then we're going to have a look at the instructions, and I'll probably read the blurb out as well. So there's no real history to go with this because it's a recent production. I normally do histories of kits. So we'll just get straight into the parts basically. We've got 3 basic sprues. We've got the, excuse the rattling, we've got 2 for the motorcycle and sidecar, and then we've got 3 new look Tamiya figures, which look pretty good, to be honest with you. So first off, we've got this bit here. Let's start in this corner. So as we can see here, we've got the actual pedals which go on the base. We've got the handlebars, and you can quite clearly see the levers attached already. You've got a passenger and a rider's seat. I think that's the passenger and that's the rider. Got a couple of unidentified mechanical parts. We've got some pannier bags, which I'm guessing these are to go on the rear. These look like pannier holders. Nice to see those included as well. I'm guessing these are going to be the exhausts for the motorcycle. Then we have our frame, which is in 2 sections, and we can see mounting points and some basic detail going on there. Here we have what appears to be part of the engine. They look like the foot plates for resting your feet on. We've got 2 parts of the petrol tank here. We've got the wheels, which are stick together variants of wheels. The spokes look quite nice and thin, not too chunky. Got a couple of rear and front mud guards. Guessing that's going to be the rear one, that's going to be the front one. Got a couple of lights. Got some more mechanical parts here, all nicely detailed as you can see. Whoops. Got another part of the engine. And that's basically the motorcycle sprue. Next up, we have the sidecar. We can see a bit of a ridge here. We've got the 2 mudguards for it. Not too sure what that piece is. Guessing that's going to be the seat. Got another pannier bag and another pannier rack. Got a 1 wheel for the sidecar and 1 spare. There's the floor. It's got some nice detail on the interior as well. That's nice. Guessing they're going to be sort of wooden foot plates. There's the chassis, and that's the rear sort of piece at the back where we can stick our spare wheel on. One thing I have noticed about this one compared to the other ones on most motorcycles and sidecars, this doesn't actually come with a forward-firing heavy machine gun, which is kind of odd. You would have thought you would have got the option to put one on if you wanted. We get a bunch of decals for number plates, so we can do Wehrmacht or we can do Luftwaffe. And then we move on to our figure set, and these are the sort of new edition Tamiya figures, which are stick together, stick the legs together and stick the bodies together, front and back. And these do look a lot nicer than the previous sort of figures that Tamiya were doing. We've got some nice detail on the fingers and hands. quite sure what's going on in there with that though. That looks a bit... not too sure what's going on there. There does seem to be some improper indentations in the figure's tunic there. So I thought he was wearing shoulder pads. It's a bit of a shame. We've got another figure here. See, we've got a little section here for attaching stuff by the look of it. Got some nice ripples on the arms. We've got some equipment. Got some legs. Nice attention to detail. Lots of sort of bagginess with them. I'm guessing that cut in there is to aid positioning. Head. Got some detail, not as bland as the old ones. Got a helmet. Where are we going here? And now we've got our standing figure. So it's got some nice detail on it. There's his rear. So as we can see, we've got something that needs attaching to the back. So these are proper positional pieces as opposed to just sticking them anywhere you feel like it. That's our standing figure's head. See some detail on the hair. Getting a little standing pad for him. Got a submachine gun, couple of rifles, and this piece here is the signpost, which is on the side here. Though there's no decals to attach to the signpost, and there are no actual signs either. But I suppose the signs can obviously be just made out of bits of random bits of plastic. But it would have been nice to get the decals. I'm just saying, it would have been nice to get a machine gun as well, you know. But there we go. So let's have a look at the instructions booklet. As we can see, we start in section 1. So we're looking at the rear wheel attaching to the engine, and then we're going to enclose that into the frame. Section 2, we're sticking more mechanicals onto the engine. Section 3, we're putting the rear mudguard on. Got some more mechanical parts to do. Putting the seats on, handlebars, pannier bags with frames, starting on the wheels. There's the forks, attaching the headlamp and the handlebars, and then we're going to start moving on to the sidecar, and then we're attaching the wheels to the sidecar and the spare wheel. And we're just going to attach the two together, so it's all done in 10 sections. Doesn't look too hard, does it? So here we go, we've got the figures. So we got a sitting figure in the sidecar, non-commissioned officer. We've got an infantry figure standing, and we got the rider. And there we go with the seats. I'm guessing maybe you can cut them out or something, I don't know. It's obviously you need to just make those up. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Now we get a painting and marking diagram there as well, so we can see which colours. Obviously it gives you Tamiya colour recommendations for that. So this is part of You Choose My Next Build, like I've said. So what I'm asking you to do is make a selection here between the KS600, the Gnome Roan, the M72 or the Rukuo Sidecar. The next one we'll be doing will be the Gnome Roan this afternoon, and then tomorrow we'll be looking at the Zvezda and the Pit Road. And voting for You Choose My Next Build on this will close on Wednesday the 21st at midnight UK time, and we'll start building it probably on the 22nd, and hopefully we'll get it done within the next week. Next off, we're just going to have a quick read through the information here about it. Motorcycles have been used by the German army from World War I, and their integration into those units continued as Germany was forbidden from developing its own armour in interwar years. Motorcycles produced by domestic manufacturers were a key cog in German military mechanisation, and in World War II they mainly undertook dispatch and reconnaissance missions. They were grouped into sub 350cc, sub 500cc and 500cc plus classifications, the latter of which included those with sidecars. One of the better known 600cc bikes in that category was the KS600, a model usually employed with a sidecar and possessing a lightweight pressed steel frame plus a 597cc horizontally opposed engine and a 4-speed transmission. It operated with reliable shaft drive, could move at up to 112 km an hour, 96 kilometers an hour with a sidecar, and had a range of around 300 kilometers thanks to its 15-litre fuel tank. Manufacture of the KS600 began in 1938, and the majority entered service with the police and military, playing important dispatch and reconnaissance roles from the invasions of Poland at the start of World War II and the Soviet Union in June 1941. Production was halted in favour of the more powerful KS750 in 1941, but the KS600 continued in service until the latter stages of the conflict. In the post-war period, production reassumed between 1949 and 51, and the KS600 contributed to German reconstruction as a civilian model. All told, around 21,500 were made between 1938 and 1951. So there we go. So I've actually built a motorbike and sidecar previously, about 30 years ago, the BMW 75. I didn't have a very nice experience with it. It ended up in the bin, though I still do have the two figures. What I'll be doing over the next couple of days is I'll be doing a what's in the box kit comparison video between my two Tamiya German motorcycles and sidecars. Obviously they're two different vehicles, but they are going to give us a half decent interesting comparison between a sort of 1970s vintage BMW R75 by Tamiya and their current motorcycle and sidecar offering. So it'll give us some idea as to where Tamiya were and where they are now, and hoping to compete with some of the rather nice kits that come out of the Ukraine and other areas at the moment. So, as like I said, please do get involved with the You Choose My Next Build and drop us a comment in the comment section below, and we'll be picking out which one you would like to see built in a couple of days. And as I've previously said, the choices are the Nomron AX2 by Redux, which is actually a Hella kit, the Zvezda M72, the Pit Road 135 Type 97, or this rather nice K600 motorcycle and sidecar. Thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and as always, be seeing you.